and of medical examinations. We do not have any objections now.
But there is this feeling that they're working for big money, and it's wealth before health.
There's no doubt that is true. It is wealth before health. But they understand wealth, they don't understand health. This is one of the lessons we've been trying to get over. What is health? What is the nature of health? They don't understand it. And many people are not concerned with health until they've lost it.
Well, when I set the machine off...
What are the main problems that you're dealing with?
The first one, I think, is noise-induced deafness. All tunnels are deaf, and the tunnel environment is very, very noisy. So, we introduced audiometry in '87, and we check up on the hearing every year. Some tunnels have lost some hearing. It's not a great deal, but some have lost. Then we have eye problems, very high on the list.
Look right down to your feet. Yeah, that's it. The majority of them are big, strong, macho men, and they'll only come in if necessary. And yeah, they do get upset if we say that they're not fit to go underground. They're quite eager to get back to work as quickly as possible. We're kept fairly busy most of the time. We see about 50, 60 patients a day, and it could be quiet one minute, and the next minute there could be an emergency underground, and all go.
Your husband works in the tunnel as well?
He does, yeah. He's an electrician. He works underground most of the time and on the surface some of the time. Yeah.
Does that worry you, because you know it's a dangerous job?
I don't think about it most of the time. At times I do worry a wee bit, but most of the time I don't think about it.
And you've got a boyfriend down in the tunnel?
Yes, well, he's over on the terminals at Cheriton at the moment, so I think he's more worried about me knowing that I could be underground at any time, any stage, anywhere, you know.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Many of the tunnellers are trained in first aid techniques so they can deal with emergencies underground immediately.
Once you've started resuscitation, carry on. 1,
Wherever
2,
you go in the
3,
tunnel,
4,
there should be a first aider on
and
hand.
get your cervical collar on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
The tunnel environment is under constant surveillance, using a battery of electronic sensors.
At the present time, we have some 70 kilometres of tunnel dug on the British side, and in that we've installed over 250 monitors to look at the environment. Those monitors look at carbon monoxide, temperature, oxygen, flammable gas, nitrogen and dioxide. The purpose is to spot any change in the environment. That's what we're looking for. We know what the stable condition is like, so our sensors are looking for a change.
How many readings do you take?
We take over 1 million readings a day, every day of the year.
And smoke is the #1 danger?
Smoke is always a danger. Fire is an unpredictable subject, and the biggest danger in fire is smoke. We've done a lot of research here on the tunnel, employing consultants from all over the world to assist us to determine what would happen in a fire in the construction phase. And recently, when we had a fire, we were able to use that knowledge, and the pattern of behaviour of the smoke was exactly as the models had predicted, which reinforced our faith in our systems.
It takes over an hour on the bone-shaking man rider to reach the end of the service tunnel. There, on October the 30th, the English team made contact with the French through an experimental probe.
Stop this side of the crossing there.
It was a bit of a tearjerker. It went very quiet in the tunnel when we actually holed through, the borehole through into the French machine. We had direct communication with their TBN, and it seemed very strange to be talking to them, knowing that they were actually 100 metres away through a small borehole.
Did you speak in French?
I don't speak very much French. No, they speak in English. It's easier that way.
Well, we've been going an hour now, and believe it or not, we're actually in French territory. There's almost a whiff of garlic. One big advantage, no French customs. There's not a hole yet at the other end.
The surveyors have the latest computer and laser technology to establish the precise positions of their two tunnels. But that's not enough. They're pulling a plastic tube of water from the French side to check the water levels, a method as old as the pharaohs.
Hello, Steve. The tube is here. We're pulling it now through to the end. The tube est arrivé.
How much more?
We have to wait a minute. We have to pull some more.
We have lined up these two tunnels, 10 centimeters variance in height and 50 centimeters laterally, well within the projected expectation. And I think when you reflect on the fact that on one side we have 22.5 kilometers of drive and on the other side 15.5 kilometers of drive, I think that's an incredible achievement, and there's a great credit to not only to the tunnellers but to the respective survey teams.
I agree, and I think the minutes of the meeting should show congratulations to both of the tunneling teams for this great achievement, and particularly the surveyors.
With several world records broken, there's been plenty to celebrate. But for the men in the service tunnel, records are over. They've almost dug themselves out of a job.
What happens at the end?
At the end, well, the front end of the TBM will be buried. The main heavy part, it would have to be cut up to be brought out. It's reached the end of its working life. It will be entombed there forever.
Really?
Yes. It's a pity that with the end of this tunnel coming, the gangs are obviously going to have to be disbanded. They'll split up, do other work. Some lads will move on to other jobs. Same with myself and my staff. But that's part of the industry. I think a lot of the lads down here, especially in this particular tunnel, have got a lot of sentiment about the tunnel. They may not care to admit it outwardly, but they put a lot into it, and I think they get a lot out of it.
Generally, I make most of my life outside the tunnel as possible, because otherwise you just live, sleep and eat the tunnel. So when I get out, I have a real good scrub down, get it out the system, and then go out and enjoy myself, play hard, work hard.
The Strangler and his 40 thieves are on a day off to France. And just for a change, they're going down a tunnel. It's their first look at the French operation. The Irish are anxious to test the workmanship.
I have to say, as a finishing foreman, I would pass it.
The French have a patron saint of tunnellers, St. Barbara. The Irish are impressed and pay homage.
Their segments are an easier job too, and I've only 5 plates to each ring where we have 8. 5 plates plus a key.
You see, what happened was they should
more you try, more you drink Armagnac, more you play very well.
Quite good camaraderie all the way around here.
Have you got any impression of the French tunnellers now?
Oh yes, same breed. Yeah. Same aims. Yeah, they're very, very proud of what they're doing.
For the first time for 10,000 years, Britain and France are physically linked. So where will history place the Channel Tunnel? The man in charge of construction is American Jack Lemley.
I think it's coming at a unique time, particularly in Europe, as the East meets West, so to speak. We're joining Britain and France, two very significant countries in the history of the world, and we're bringing their people and cultures into closer contact. I think history will judge it from that standpoint, along with the economic benefits that it will reap for all of continental Europe and Britain.
And as an American, are you proud to be involved in it?
Oh, it's a phenomenal opportunity to participate in one of the world's grand engineering, construction, communication systems. I'll look forward to the day I can rock my grandchildren on my knee and tell them about it.
The boss may be a proud man, but it was a TBM driver who made history at the big breakthrough. 42-year-old Graham Fagg from Dover had his name drawn from a hat to represent the 8,500 British workers.
It's been a long grind, and in a way it was a relief, mixed with a feeling of pride. For 10,000 years, no man has crossed the channel by foot. But it's when you actually physically go through and meet your French compatriots that you realise what you've done.
Well, it's when you walk in a tunnel, it's got a smell about it. It's kind of,